the gloss with Allie Renee. We just made that, baby. Well, Joper over here made that literally like 20 minutes ago.
I mean, I created it, but the brainchild for the name, and we're just gonna be what we gonna be.
Teamwork with the dream word now, baby. So I wanted to create this podcast just to inspire everyone around the world, young women, the men, the people in the industry, just really elevating your life, optimizing all your potential. We don't want to waste any potential, and we're going to talk about the real. Yeah. We're going to get on
Let's
stick
do
it in there.
Let's stick to them, baby.
In there.
Sorry, y'all gonna get a lot of my thigh today.
Okay.
Y'all are covered. Okay.
So, of course, you guys know I'm all about health and wellness, so we got our little sea moss drinks for us while we spill the tea today.
Well, cheers to Miss Allie Renee. Cheers to the glass and being one of the first glassies.
Glassies!
Yes.
Wow. That is good.
Right,
So what we're getting into? What you gonna stick
Which
to
one
us? What you want to talk about?
What is perfect? When it comes to business, security in yourself, friendships, striving for perfect, pros and cons of it. What is perfect? What does it look like?
I think that is a loaded question that may take 2 episodes to really unpack.
We can edit it.
But I think this perfection is something that I struggle with. I'm a Virgo. We're all known to be striving for perfection, especially when we got a whole Beyonce, who is also a Virgo, who is the closest thing to perfection in my eyes. And I was actually reading a quote yesterday, and it was something to the effect of, it was comparing reality and perfection. And they were saying that reality is a flowing stream, and perfection is a static photo. And that it's important to really live in your reality as opposed to trying to get to this perfect picture, because especially with social media, so much is edited. You're never going to actually achieve that perfection. Is that something that it's a lot easier said than done? Because I can preach, don't strive for perfection, don't be perfect, perfect doesn't exist, yet I'm still striving for perfection.
Yeah.
So to go all the way back to the question, like, what is perfection? I think that is something that is in the eye of the beholder. Same with beauty.
Absolutely.
I think perfection for me is different than perfection for you, which is different than perfection for
Absolutely.
you. But I think it's, and this is going to sound negative, but I think perfection is just a negative standard.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think for me, my initial reaction to hearing that would be that you said, like, what is the definition of perfect? I think perfect is a journey, and it's definitely a moving target, and a very, very subjective. If I could attach perfect to feelings and emotions that all humans go through, perfect would be something that brings me joy, brings me peace, makes me feel lighter. I think oftentimes in relationships you'll say, that person's not perfect, but they're perfect for me, so along your lines. It's very subjective. And when it comes to in business, in relationships, in physical appearance, that goalpost is always going to move. And that being a moving target, that's why I said perfect can also be a journey. But I think with anything, I don't know if you ever, unless it's like maybe art, where it is a still, like either still photo or a still like painting, there would be a final arrival of it. But in life, I mean, we're always going to be chasing that.
Yeah.
I think that should be a byproduct, not what I'm chasing after, because that target is always moving.
I would agree.
Exactly.
I would agree with that. I think a lot of people consider perfection as the destination.
Yeah.
As you were saying, like an end goal.
Ooh.
And you never get there.
And you never get there.
You're never gonna hit it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, to piggyback onto what you're saying,
For sure.
saying it's a moving target. You never reach perfection.
Right.
And because what's after perfection? It don't exist. It's like that's your like that would be your final form. That would be your end. And I don't think anybody looks for their end.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
it almost feels like perfect has to be your starting point. And I say that with, if I look at who I am right now, like, this is perfect for me. I'm perfect for me. I'm enough for me.
Right.
Now the journey is like, I can have more goals. I can work out more. I can further my relationships. But when it starts at like, this is great. This is perfect. This is enough. If perfect is aligned with enough, that would be a good starting point.
And I think a lot of people, like, regarding like trying to start a business or become a content creator or become a model, actor, whatever it is, especially in this industry, it's like it comes with so much rejection, so much failure, so much ups and downs, and it's like, even me, if I were to continue to strive for like perfect within this perfect agency has to sign me, and they don't, if they don't see the potential in me and they don't sign me, it's like, am I gonna stop looking for other agencies that potentially could sign me? Or with content, it's like, oh, I'm posting all the time but I'm not getting the views, it's not perfect right now, so I'm just gonna give up on it. But like, if you would have kept just, like you said, being content with it in the moment, that's something like I've worked on so much, and it helps just keep it going, because the rejection, it comes with it, everything. It's like the ones that get past that rejection and get past those failures and get past the down lows, and everyone's shooting up and you're still down here like, why am I not moving up? Why is my post not going crazy right now? It's like, I even look back at, like, I've been on TikTok since it started, and it's like, I remember getting the 20 views every video I posted, and it's like people are blowing up over a little lip sync video. I'm like, why can't I do that? You know, it's like, but you just got to keep going with it, and it's like, people don't know what went into where you're at right now. It's like, that's...
Really quickly, for the record, have you ever thought about the word content creator starts with the word content?
Oh, you better talk that talk, Kevin. You better talk that talk.
That is the word.
Right. Have you ever thought about that?
Yeah.
I have not.
That's crazy.
Right.
Content. I think that's like the main thing. It's like, be content, but also don't be content, like, to where you're not striving to get better all the time. Like, I'm always about optimizing, like, health, improve, make more money, get more content out, and just reach more people. It's like, becoming too content can be an issue, but it's also gonna work with you. Like, you just gotta have that.
I know I've definitely struggled in growth, because the way my brain works, I create so quickly. Yeah. And
you do.
And I mean,
that
was in 2 minutes flat. But I am someone that I always want to lead with my best foot forward. Like, I will, like, if it's not perfect in my eyes, it's not going out there. But I mean, I put it out there pretty consistently, and I think we have to get used to what you were mentioning, you know, that rejection, or, you know, your post not popping off, because I see some things, I'm just like, this person literally hit record and uploaded it. They got a booger in their nose. They
didn't even take it outside for editing. They were just like
doing a little pop of the booty.
All that. And it's blowing up. But when I take the time and I curate, and it's like, this is like low-key a work of art, it'll get like 200 views. And it's like, it's very discouraging.
It is.
But to your point, it's like, I know I need to keep going. And that's something I'll text you and be like, hey, like, what time should I post? Or like, what about this? And you're just like, hey, and you'll give me tips on how you got to where you are. And it's just like, all right, I know that it can happen. I'm gonna give it time. And it's like, the goal for me isn't necessarily to be like, you know, TikTok famous, or to be this like crazy influencer. My goal is to be seen enough to have widespread impact. Because I know that what I'm putting into my content has value, and it's stuff that I've been through in my life. I'm sharing experiences that I've been through. I'm attempting to elevate the people around me that I really love, that I really care for, and that I want to succeed. And my goal is to have a larger platform to be able to share these stories with and impact them. I'm not out here shaking my ass on
Right.
TikTok.
TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not.
I mean, it's awesome.
I'm not doing it.
It's like that's a much more long-term success that's going to be created for you, because it's like a lot of us, we do. I mean, our world is very appearance-based. That's
Yes.
a fact. It's,
But
we can't
cute
ignore
anyway.
it.
Right.
Yes, like be cute, but
And we
like
keep up
add
your
value. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't just. You're not gonna create an impact and long-term success just by your looks on social media. Like to an extent you can, but it's like that meaningfulness that you're looking for. Like that's a great goal to have with it. And I think that like having that intimate relationship with your followers and stuff, it's like that's everything.
Yeah.
And you're gonna get there. It's all about consistency, and it's like back to your like following tips and stuff. I feel like with everything, whatever you're creating, entrepreneurship, any part of that realm, it's like it's not even about like knowing every tip and knowing how to do everything right, because you can do everything right. You can post every day. You can post 3 times a day, 15 seconds, using the right trending sound, and it still won't do anything. Businesses, you can have the best ingredients, you can have the best marketing, but it's like what it comes down to, it's like your drive and your passion behind it, and like having faith in you and not being discouraged with the failures. It's like that's something I took from like everything I've been trying to do. It's like trying to do it perfect, and then it's like not seeing the results. It's like, well, I looked up everything, I watched all the YouTube videos, and like I know I'm doing everything to a T, but it's like it just comes down to your passion and drive behind it, because that's gonna drive you when you are failing. It's like so many people's businesses break down, or like it's just not going well for a while, and they're like, man, if this is like it hasn't been working, even if it's been years, it's like tomorrow you could have met someone and it changed your life, or like tomorrow that video could have blown up, changed your life if you just went.
Yeah.
It's like that's.
So how would you define perfect?
Perfect. I feel like since I've struggled with always wanting perfect, I've tried to redefine it for myself, and kind of what I was just saying, it's just perfect is me having faith no matter what scenario, whatever I'm in, I'm having faith that it's going to get better, and if I'm falling back, just always know I'm looking up now. It's up from here. It's like knowing that I can get back up, that's perfect. Knowing that I can move forward, knowing that everything that's been so hard in my life, I survived 100% of it. Like, moving forward, knowing that, it's like, I can tackle anything. And it's like, whenever I'm in those days, like the day I called, like, Joe, I need some Joe for right now.
I said, what you need, sugar?
I'm just baking some cookies right
now. But it's like, we all have those days where we just think we look crazy and we're not doing anything with our lives. Whatever we're trying to do, it's not working. And I think just having that mindset, it's just today, I can get through today, tomorrow's going to be better, I'm going to get right back up, I'm right back on track, and I'm not going to let this temporary feeling, temporary moment be permanent damage to my future. So it's like, that's just a mindset. Perfect is a mindset.
This is Miss Allie Renee for you.
Right.
Beyond the gloss.
Beyond the gloss.
That sounds like some, the real tea.
Okay.
Beyond the gloss.
Is that the after dark?
Right. Unplugged.
Right.
Yeah, just for the record, just keep that on the show.
Right.
Beyond the
gloss.
Beyond the gloss. But yeah, and I mean, like, I do want to share, like, especially being a model.
Yes.
You will strive for perfect in your looks. Which is, you never look good enough. And it's kind of like you see in LA, everyone's getting plastic surgery, and they get to the point where they look crazy, because it's just like they're trying to change everything about themselves. Like, oh, my cheeks could be a little more lifted, this can be a little more this. It's like,
That was literally a conversation.
Are you about to?
I mean, I'm thinking about it.
Baby,
you know,
look at them cheekbones.
Child, I am 90 years older than you.
You look great.
Just because black don't crack.
But anyway.
It has been a conversation that
Yeah.
I literally brought up to Kevin. I was like, I don't want to. That's something because I've been out here for 13 years, and our generation, we're millennials.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Gen Z.
Sorry to break it to you.
Right. I know we look Gen Z.
Right.
All right now.
Right.
Keith and yeah.
I would never do that again.
Strike that from the record.
Right,
now.
straight. The millennial generation is the first generation to like have social media and grow up on social media and get old on social media. So we're the ones who are seeing a lot of like the younger ones coming in and reaching certain levels of success, and just the industry always wants young and fresh. And again, being in the industry and growing in the industry, that's something that I've considered. I haven't touched my face yet, but it's something I'm like, you know what, maybe I'll get a little nipple, just a little shush, a little something.
Yeah.
Haven't done it, but also, this is no shade. Like, if you decide to get plastic surgery, do what you, as long as you
got
have
the blessing. You got the blessing.
Go on. You got the funds.
Oh,
you doing good. If you feel you need to get plastic surgery, by all means do it. Like, I would say sit and think about it first. If you're a praying folk, pray on it. Check the bank account. Don't put yourself in debt. It's not good to be cute and broke.
That's a word.
That's a word.
So think about it. But I'm considering it. I don't want to do too much because I don't want to take away. I don't want to get too far away from the face that's seen all of my experiences. Like, I want to be able to look at myself and be like, you survived all those things. Like, you did this. And I think, like, to your point that you made earlier, some people go way too far.
Right.
And you can't come back from that.
You can't
come back. So, but, sorry, I didn't mean to go off on that tangent.
Oh,
but,
no, you're good.
Looks, you were saying, models strive for perfection.
Yes. And not even just models, now I think about it. I think all of us do, as our world becomes very much appearance-based. I don't know if it's always been like that. Do you think it's always been super appearance-based the way it is now?
I would say yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you go back to the 1800s, you go all the way back, it's like the aristocrats, they were always like the beautiful because they could pay for the makeup, they had the wigs, they had the finer things, the finer clothes, and everything was this beauty in not just their physical but in what they could afford.
Right.
And fast forward to today, you have like the Kardashians who can pay for all of the nips and tucks and zhuzhing, but then can also afford all of the finer things in life. So it's like, I think beauty has always been kind of I was actually watching a video on the TikTok.
Okay.
And this girl, she's from the UK, but was raised in Australia, but I guess she's like living out here now or something. It's a weird like time.
That roadmap was.
But also
that roadmap.
She's doing a lot. But she was just talking about like the class system in the UK and how class is not ranked. There's not a lot of like social mobility. And they were saying that the highest class was essentially like beautiful. It wasn't necessarily about money.
Wow.
It was like, how thin are you and how beautiful you are.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm like, UK, that government, the family, the royal family, has been around for ever. Literally ever. So I think I would say it's always been, like, beauty has always been a currency. That's a big conversation on TikTok right now. Pretty privilege.
Oh my gosh, face card doesn't decline?
Does not decline.
That's not just a saying.
Picks up the tab left and right.
No, literally,
yeah, beauty definitely is a form of currency.
Yeah.
You think of things of like beauty pass. Like, it's literally a currency. Not like, oh my gosh, it pays to be beautiful. No, you're getting paid to be beautiful.
Yeah.
There's like there's another card. It's like beauty pass, and it's like you literally get like a $2,000 credit a week. Like, you have to get approved. It's a whole application process. Like, it's like a your literally your face card. Like,
What?
and you can use it for restaurants. You can use it for
Wow.
like massages and like different amenities. But they're gonna, I guess they're looking to expand it for hotels and travel as well. And I'm just like, you're literally
That's
skirting by
Yes.
on your looks.
Yeah, on being beautiful.
Yeah.
It's
That's
wild.
crazy.
Wow.
See, and that creates such a toxic, like, mental.
Yeah.
It's just so hard on each individual. Like,
Yeah.
it never feels good enough.
Mhm.
Like, it just gets to that point where, and you're always comparing, especially being around other models, and it's like, this is your job, this is your career, it is your looks.
Yeah.
And it's like, even with that just being the world, I feel like that creates such a disconnect with our real value
What's
on
real?
the inside, and it's
Mhm.
like, it's so, I'm like trying to put it into words, but
Can I? Is anything off limits?
no.
Okay. We covered this when that day
That
when
day,
you called,
that phone call.
and
Hey,
you were referencing, you were at a low point, and you were referencing how, you pointed out that you were having trouble, even though we don't see it.
Right.
Yeah.
You were saying that you were having issues with your weight,
Mm-hmm.
and you were having issues with your skin, and you were saying how, because modeling is your job, it's like you feel like if you get a breakout, that you're gonna lose work.
Mm-hmm.
That
Wow.
if you just happen to bloat, you're gonna lose out on the opportunity.
Natural human thing.
Natural human
Our
things
bodies
that
do
you
that.
cannot control.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like you mentioned, you were like, I don't have a plan B.
Mm-hmm.
And that still to this day kind of shook me, because it's like, you're 21
Right.
Yeah.
and you are 21 and you have your whole life ahead of you. You're also stunning,
Mm.
and you don't even like really like use that to its full potential. And this, I know this is like a weird like gray murky space, but we're moving to the happy. And what I wanted to point out is, even though you are stunning, even though you are booking campaigns, even though a lot of what's built thus far in your career is looks based, what a lot of people maybe don't know is you're gonna be dropping your own lip gloss, girl.
All right now.
You are doing this podcast. You got 1.2 million on TikTok? Girl, you are
Man,
building your
yes,
Instagram. You
That
got
is
160 something.
Over 2 million eyeballs.
That's a lot of eyeballs.
Okay.
Looking to see what you doing.
Okay, they want to know. They want to know. Your glossies want to know.
The glossies
The
wanna
glossies
know.
want to
They
know,
wanna
baby.
know.
So it's
Love
like,
that.
I think, and again, like, just to go back to that conversation, it's like, I want you to always remember that even when you have those low moments that are very surface,
Mm-hmm.
you have so much that you're building.
Yeah.
You have so much ambition. You have so many ideas.
Mhm.
And I've noticed that, I mean, granted, because we're a part of it,
Okay.
but
Inner
you
circle,
are
come on.
surrounding yourself with people that are going to encourage you, and that are going to uplift you and going to help you in any way that you need to be helped.
I love y'all.
And didn't you also do a modeling course? Right.
I
I feel like
mean-
we're not even talking about that.
Oh my
where
gosh.
it's your let's see, your foundation is so strong that Plan B will just rise to the occasion if anything were to happen.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it will resolve itself, or you don't even know about the multiple different safety nets that you've already created, like the podcast we're in right now. You already did a modeling. Was it like a handbook or a course,
Online
right?
course.
Online course? Amazing. You should be so proud of just what you being a 21-year-old woman here in LA. So many people are looking up to you. By the way, we've been with her multiple occasions, from like the farmer's market, flea market.
Oh,
Bless.
you
Bless.
good, Chad? You need some.
Right.
You
You need
some
some
Reebok.
soup.
Where was the antioxidants when I needed that? My
Yeah,
God.
get the
Take a sip,
minerals,
child.
Let me rewind.
Mm.
I was
See, that's not happening to me because I'm drinking my sea moss now.
Right. I was saying, do you know how many times we've been out and she has gotten stopped? Even at the gate, didn't someone say they recognize you?
Oh my gosh.
So she out here, she thriving, and yeah, we're proud of you, girl.
Oh,
Gotta
see,
do
y'all need friends like this now. Look
Oh,
at
come on. We ain't for hire.
We ain't behind now.
Go find friends like us.
But there's some variants out there. Y'all go
right.
ahead.
Yeah, you guys can find some just as good.
I love it. But yeah, I mean that. Thanks, y'all. I love y'all. But it's like that also just ties into like being in a rush. I feel like even you were saying like you create so fast, and it's like I feel like I'm always in a rush to what's next, and like I'm always thinking so far ahead, which is it's good, but also keeps me out of the moment and keeps me out of working.
Right, it's not good.
That's I think that should be episode 2.
All right, well we can cut this one short now. We got to talking a little bit
because I feel like time and everyone's relationship with time is very different. I think that affects a lot, and I think that's going to be that's going to be another episode.
Stay tuned for part 2 now.
Get your gloss ready, y'all.
All right, get the gloss ready. All right, bye, you glossies.
Bye, glossies. Love you.